when we think about learned versus innate behavior, Lacey, one thing that I like to coach to, but sometimes you can't coach to it because people either have it or don't sometimes, is empathy. And I think empathy to the people you work with, but also empathy to the people you're selling to. How do you feel? Do you feel like that's more of a learned behavior versus innate? Because personally, I think it's a little bit of both. I think there's some naturally empathetic people and truly caring people, like motherly is what I have always been referred to from my team. But then there's people who can show empathy, but they have to make more of a conscious effort to do so. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'm not a scientist, but the disclaimer. But I read that your IQ can't change, but your EQ can. So I would argue, if I had to choose one, if it's some sort of polarity behind this, I would argue that it can be learned. There's a quote that says the highest form of knowledge is empathy. And I think emotional intelligence and the evidence that's out there says that is actually what is the best correlation to success. I do think there to a degree it's innate. There are folks who it comes more naturally to. But to say that when you look at nature versus nurture, it's one or the other, I just think that's unfair. So I would argue it's probably nature in this case, or nurture.